Welcome, Cancer, to your Taurus super new moon 1 month forecast for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon across the 16th, 17th of May, depending on location. The new moon in Taurus, where she is exalted, is a brilliant opportunity for you to set your intentions when it comes to your connections to others, your long term planning, but also draw in that earthy Taurus energy. I'm going to share your event chart from a purely Cancerian viewpoint. By the end of the video, you'll have a clearer understanding of what's upcoming over the next 4 weeks in terms of your energy, work, relationships, or finances. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. But please also click or tap the bell notification symbol. Your ruler, the moon, is very much to do with nurture, protectiveness, and security. The sun, very much more to do with core identity. A new moon is when they complement one another. But in the sign of Taurus, where the moon is in her exaltation, it's the second best new moon of the year as far as moon energies are concerned. So on the screen, there is the dynamic duo at 25 degrees and 57. But just note that Mercury, the planet of communication, but also precision, is very close to them as well. The moon very much about that nurture, instinct, the sun about action, and Mercury about how we think, but also how we plan, particularly in the 11th house. But let's just revisit briefly the energies of Taurus. It's the second zodiac sign. It can be about life foundations. It can be about our values. It can be about our sense of personal worth, but it can also be about our attitude to resources, but it's ruled by the essential energies of Venus. So sometimes it can be about what we desire. But the 11th house for you, Cancer, is about your future direction, but it's also about your higher purpose. It can be about your friendships and network. But most of all, it's about being in touch with a direction in life which really feels right. And because Jupiter, the planet of faith in your sign, is in a sextile to both the moon and the sun, it's a little broad, 4 degrees, but it's still there. That suggests this can be a wonderful time for you to set your intentions as far as using that new moon energy, but very much about getting in touch with what really is inspiring you about those hopes and future aspirations. But what we do have is other planetary energy feeding into the event. Not least, there's still this big cluster of energy in the 10th house of Aries. If you're doing something that's very creative, imaginative, artistic, demonstrating your flair and talent, Neptune right at the top of the chart, the most prominent player, in a stunning link with Uranus, the planet of innovation, suggests even if you're doing things behind the scenes, doing a lot of planning, if it's different and fresh, you can still be strutting your stuff, particularly with Mars right at the top of your chart, coming to the end of his journey through the sign of Aries, where it's been for nearly 6 weeks, but that's in a stunning link with Venus. So when it comes to your connection to the world at large, the 10th house, very much about that. Mars can give us desire, but it can also give us a greater sense of assurance. So you may have found recently that you have had a bit more confidence about raising your profile. But if that isn't the case, just note the role of Chiron, because it's exactly in a conjunction with Mars on this event. Chiron can be our superpower. It can be where we can demonstrate a lot of talent for coaching others, providing encouragement, being a leader. But if there's something inhibiting you about achieving those long-term hopes, the fact that Mars and Chiron are together but link into Venus, the ruler of Taurus, suggests if you can dive deep within yourself, this is an opportunity to attune that direction in just the way you need. So with Jupiter in your sign, it's suggesting have the confidence to be in touch with your soul purpose, have that idealistic approach with the 11th house. Don't deny it, but those worldly located energies, including potentially challenging Saturn, are saying, yes, you do need to be mindful of what you're not enjoying. If you're not enjoying something, particularly professionally, this new moon points towards perhaps changing direction. Sometimes I think when we have big goals, just as we're climbing to the top of the peak of what we've been working towards, and we're just about to reach towards that flag, imagine at the top of a mountain, but actually we're already looking beyond that mountain because what we set out to achieve, which we're just reaching, is no longer actually what's truly uh, inspirational. And that can happen a lot in life. So if you've achieved something, but it's no longer really giving you that sense of higher purpose, 11th house, the thinking of Mercury, but also the encouragement of Jupiter to have confidence to do what's really instinctively right for you is speaking to you a lot through this event. So I think it can be a time, if you work collaboratively in some kind of network, that you can work very well with others and seize that prize. But if you're not enjoying something, this could be a time to think again. I'm going to summarize those 4 areas of energy: work, relationships and finances next, Cancer. But just to say, you can download your free moon factoid under this video, discover why this is a super new moon. But also, I've slashed the price of my personal horoscope reports. It's now 3 for the price of 1. The one you pay for is your life roadmap report. Helps us to understand our patterns in our lives so far, get more intimately aware of them, and work with them future forwards better. Free 12 months transit forecast, and also your karmic draconic analysis, which is very revealing indeed. So 3 for the price of 1. I'm really passionate about natal astrology. It really helps us to understand how to deal with the opportunities but also challenges of our journey through this life. If you've yet to watch your May monthly forecast, that's on the screen. Your Uranus 78-year solar return Kazemi on the screen. If you'd like to work with me one-to-one, it would be an absolute pleasure. I work with people the world over. It's really an honor. Please see my testimonials below. And if you've yet to take advantage and sign up for your free daily written horoscope, fired to your device each morning, where you can get your early day celestial pit stop, please see that below too as well. When it comes to your energy, you do have both Uranus and Venus in your 12th house. So if there's something you're not quite enjoying and you're not really invested in it, it's possible that could be draining you a little bit. But if there's something you've been working on behind the scenes professionally, if there's someone you're drawn to romantically, but you haven't quite revealed your hand, one of the best ways to go forwards over the next month is collaboratively. So the more you can work with people, the better it can be. Mercury gives you an agility of thought. Jupiter gives you a lot of encouragement to show just how invested you can be in situations, but coming from your heart, your sole purpose. If you're in a job where you don't like the people you work with, or you don't really like the values of the business that you're employed by, you could rethink that over the next 4 weeks as well. As far as your romantic situation is concerned, however, with Venus and Mars in that sextile, it's intriguing that because Mars is in a very visible location and Venus is in a very sheltered one. Is there someone that's showing up on your cosmic radar that you haven't quite had the confidence to make a move forwards? Or is it that someone's showing an interest, but it may not be verbalized yet? Either of those options is possible. When it comes to your financial situation, Pluto in that 8th house is in a very, very strong link with Neptune and a broader one with Saturn. If you're doing something you're really invested in, I think you can, particularly if you can work collectively with others, your finances can improve over the next 4 weeks. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Cancer. Thank you so much for joining me and look forward to being with you again soon.